It's a great honor for me to introduce somebody to you who I have seen perform a number of times over the years, and it's striking what she does. I'm not going to tell you too much about it. Let's give a big round of applause to Pauline van Antwerpen.
Now, the first time I ever did this talk, I initially wrote a totally different story about homosexuality in nature. And it's fascinating, really. I believe 9 out of 10 giraffes are gay, but somehow it just didn't feel right, because I have what is called personal know-how. And I felt obliged to use my personal expertise to make things as clear as I could. Now, this required courage because I had never come out in public. And I still find that a bit hard because it means sharing intimate information with complete strangers. And when you're straight, you don't have that problem. You don't need to explain anything. And I also avoid saying it because I'm afraid that other people will only see me as that lesbian and not as a complete person anymore. And that is why our straight allies are so very brave indeed. They're not gay, they willingly take the risk of being labelled. Colonel Sandra Keijer and all other straight allies, from now on, whenever they give you a hard time about it, you have the perfect reply. Now, obviously, a network like Workplace Pride could only grow so big thanks to all the joint forces and courage of individuals, both gay and straight. Now, in this light, I would like to share a personal story. We go back to the 80s. I was 16, and for the first time in my life, I went to a lesbian party. And I wanted to buy a ticket, but the ticket lady, she refused. She said, "Girl, you are far too feminine. This is a whim, and it will pass." So I said, but I already know it since I was 13. Now, she had no response to that, obviously, so I got my ticket. I went in, and within a minute, I was back. I said, "Ma'am, isn't this supposed to be a women-only party?" She said, "Sure, sure." And I said, "Well, what are the guys doing inside?" She said, "Well, those are women." You know, I was flabbergasted. I thought the concept of being a lesbian was that you liked women. So for a long time, I really hated the butchy types. But later, I learned to recognize this as a form of self-hatred, because I thought the outside world only accepted me because I looked straight. So the butchy types, they were bad for my image. And you know what? Maybe they were. But because the more you differ from the norm, the stronger the reactions can be. But you know, this is not how it should be. This is not how we should want it to be. And that's why it's so very important, also in the workplace, to have strong role models, brave people who dare to speak up and say it's okay to be your own true self. And this message is not only for the outside world, but also for the inside world, for sissy girls like me. Okay, a well-known response to the coming of a new big network is, do we really need a network for every minority? And then groups are named like Asians, Moroccans, people wearing glasses, sick people, people wearing braces, people having problems, people with a beard, with a moustache, fat people, smokers, and eventual fat smokers with a moustache. Now, to play with your going to give this all a little twist. 14-year-old Fatima B was abandoned from her home last night after she had confessed to her father that she's Moroccan. Yes, dear people, when you're Moroccan, your family is also Moroccan. At home, you are safe, unless you're also gay, of course. LGBTs mostly have straight parents that don't always love their child as it is. People wearing glasses will be called names, but nobody will ask them, what did your parents say when you told them you needed glasses? Let alone the answer will be, my dad said I will burn in hell, and my mother only weeps and prays all day.
This is good. Yeah. We need to get those.
A 62-year-old woman has managed to hide her braces for 48 years from her own family. When asked how she did that, she said, I just didn't open my mouth. Now, this, ladies and gentlemen, is truly crucial. We can keep our mouths shut, while other minorities often have to face their difference from the start. I mean, when you're black, you can't pretend you're white, can you? LGBTs often don't recognize each other from the outside, so if we want to find and support each other, a network for us is no luxury. Yet it needs to be presented with a straight message. I hear a seal. A seal in your... Okay. The straight message is that we come in every color. Most of us won't draw the attention, which will be generously compensated by others. Yes, compensation. LGBT network should be open to all shades of pink. Thank you.